sad times for Ghana that so many years after this 1992 constitutional democratic experiment, we will be taken back to the dark days. Today, the rule of law has been thrown to the dogs, and freedom of expression has become the most expensive democratic virtue in Ghana today, under a man who was touted as a paragon of free speech and democracy, President Akufo-Addo. And so these are very sad times, and as a Ghanaian, I feel ashamed, and the National Democratic Congress feels, disgusted, totally disgusted by the persistent attempts by the ruling government to suppress dissent and oppress persons who are deemed critical of the government. This should not be happening in Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana. This should not be happening 20-something years after multi-party democracy in this country. And this should not be happening after the repeal of the criminal libel law. Democracy thrives where there is tolerance for divergence. Under no circumstance should a man be terrorized, harassed by state security agencies for exercising his democratic right to speech. And that is what is being done to our brother Bubi Ansah, for which reason the national chairman of the great NDC, our lawyers, Lawyer Duji, Lawyer Dawudu, and all of us are here to solidarize with a journalist who has been a comrade to us for so many years, Bubi Ansah. Earlier on, we were here, his statement has been taken, he's been cautioned, he's been charged, and the charges are so frivolous that you cannot even understand why the police will lend themselves as pliant tools for this clear case of persecution.
What are the
we
charges?
asked, he was charged with the offense of publication of false news to cause fear and panic. We asked who his accusers are, who the complainant in the matter is, and unfortunately the police said they could not tell us. So we don't even know the complainant in this matter, and the allegation being investigated has to do with a comment the journalist is alleged to have made about Ghana Aviation's land, and the fact that some civil aviation's land, and the fact that the MPP's Member of Parliament for Asin Central had alleged on another media platform some time ago that members of this government were engaged in stealing of state lands belonging to the Ghana Civil Aviation. He, as a journalist, had seen a signpost on one of the said lands with the inscription Rebecca Foundation. So in the public interest and in the spirit of accountability and probity, he sought to raise questions to solicit for the right answers, for the truth to be established. Now this is why he was arrested in a very Rambo Gestapo style at the premises of Class Media whilst a live program was ongoing. Arrested by men who didn't even have the decency and the professionalism to introduce themselves, whisked away and detained throughout the night. He was moved from Nima to this place. We've gone through all the modalities with the police, and we understand that they intend to arraign him before the Kaneshie District Courts. And so we'll be moving right from here to the courts. And it is our prayer that the courts will be magnanimous and granting bail, because clearly and this is not only are all offenses billable in Ghana today, but this is a trumped up frivolous matter that should not be entertained by the court. So we'll be moving with the leadership of the party, our chairman, our lawyers, to accompany him. But it is time for all of us, especially you, our friends in the media, who are the fourth estate of the realm, to stand up, against the ongoing oppression of media men, political opponents, and all that. They did it to Honorable Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo. You kept quiet. They did it to Sammy Gyamfi. You kept quiet. They've done it to Captain Smart. They've done it to Oheneba. They have done it to Mensa Thompson of Asepa. They have done it to Bobi and Sam, they've done it to many others. What would be the ending point? You can never tell whether you will be the next person. If I say you have bought a state land, or quote, you have stolen a state land and you have not stolen it,
sue me.
You can sue me for defamation. The state has no business interfering in that, civil case. You understand? And aside that, we should be mindful of the precedent being set. And I think that our brothers from the NPP, particularly their communicators and officials, should be very worried. Because what this means is that if tomorrow you are an NPP communicator and you say anything which is not true, you can be picked up, arrested, detained, and arraigned before a court. And if we are going to go by that precedent, then not even President Akufo-Addo will be spared. Because if peddling falsehood is a crime and we know that crime has no expiry dates, then we know that President Akufo-Addo has peddled many falsehoods in this country. He said that President Mahama had spent $10 million on the printing of presidential diaries in 2016. It was false. He couldn't adduce a scintilla of evidence to support that. He said that we had inflated the cost of the Kaswa interchange. They couldn't buttress all these allegations. They continue to lie, even as we speak. A few days ago, they said that the minority had donated an e-levy cake to the majority leader. All these things were false publications. Are these reasons, cogent enough to necessitate criminal actions, arrest, detention, like it's being done to Bobi and Sam, Mensah, Thompson of Asepa, and the rest? The answer is obviously no. So, like I said, these are very sad times. We are all embarrassed as Ghanaians because this is a dent on our democratic credentials. But we are determined to stand by all the victims of these abuses and to solidarize with them. We will not be intimidated.
Politically motivated.
And it should be clear to everyone. It is very clear that the police are being used. This is not coming from them. This is not an investigation they are doing out of their own intelligence or volition. Somebody somewhere thinks that he has power and wants to use that power against people who are critical of them. But they should understand and remember that power is transient. They will never be in power forever. And so they should be careful about some of the things they are doing. Like I said, we will not be cowered into silence. We will resist any attempt to intimidate members of the NDC, members of the media fraternity, and all persons in Ghana, because we have fought. People have died for the democracy we are enjoying today. And we will not allow President Akufo-Addo and President Bawumia to take our freedoms away from us. Thank you very much. President Akufo-Addo and President Bawumia, Vice President.